Tobago leader not pleased with Seabridge. Concerns surface about secondary schools football league restructuring, and opposition marks World Indigenous Peoples Day. Good evening to you. I am Odika O'Neill and welcome to the Channel 5 News for today, Monday, the 10th of August, 2026. Political leader of the People's National Movement, Tobago Council, Shamfa Kajo-Lewis, is not pleased with the movement of goods on the Seabridge. She was critical of the Golden Carrier.
It was December of last year that the media and persons in the public were asking Ms. Julian John, or Minister of Works, what is this ship that is coming? We read that there are 30 defects on the report that was submitted by the U.S. Coast Guard, by Standards and Poor's, and so on. And she said that that is Wikipedia mischief. By the time the boat got here in January, the boat couldn't function between Trinidad and Tobago. The bow thrust had been damaged and so on. And it went on trials for another 2 months. Who are the technical people who went out to see what's happening with this boat to make sure the specs were accurate, to make sure it is fit for purpose and so on? Well, okay, if they made a mistake there, it got here in January. Where in the world you hear about trials taking place 2 months? Yes? That boat never came into operating between the Trinidad and Tobago Sea Bridge until March. And on top of paying 3,000 US more per day, because we're paying 25,000 US per day, we then had to pay thousands of US also for additional vessels, the pilot vessel and the tug, to support this, this Blue Wave Harmony. And people kept asking about what's going on with the procurement. Is it that we insist, the government insisted that it must have this boat?
We know the Blue Wave have been plagued with a lot of issues from the AC not working, and I mean, you talk about it.
And you also heard there from the chairman of the Tobago Division, TNT Chamber, Industry and Commerce, Curtis Williams, giving his point of view on the Sea Bridge. And the Tobago Council PNM political leader, Kajo-Lewis, is not satisfied about the way Tobago's tourism product is positioned to compete with other Caribbean territories' tourism products.
We need top-class 5-star accommodation in Tobago if we are to compete with a Grenada, a Guyana, even a Guyana. Guyana has no beach. Guyana has sandals coming. Yeah, St. Lucia, Jamaica. You look at Jamaica tourism figures in the 2 million and 3 million. You're looking at St. Lucia telling us about $270-something thousand. You're looking arrivals. Sorry, you're looking at Grenada telling us 100-something arrivals, and Tobago lingering at a mere mingy 13,000 persons coming to the island in international stopover. We're not in the game.
And the political leader of Tobago for the PNM says Tobago needs international hotel brands so it can attract visitors to the island and boost its tourism product.
And if we want to be in the game, then we have to attract quality accommodation. So whether we want to have the sandals conversation back then or now, it must be had, and it may not be sandals. It may be another 5-star entity,
so let's go there.
or even Marriott.
Right,
you would have to extend. You would
yeah.
have to extend courtesies to them and negotiate something that they would be attracted to coming to Tobago. And you
Joe Lewis is calling for negotiations with sandals to be resumed.
Of course, they have their brand to protect. It's a family brand. You can't be coming to our country and you're bad talking the brand, you're running the people and them, and causing all that hysteria in the media and expect them to stay. They have to protect their brand and move on to greener pastures. Now, we were supposed to be before a number of other countries, and now you have St. Vincent, Grenada, and so on showing off on us. So I hope that good sense prevail at some time, and we can get to approach sandals again, because it is the #1 brand in the Caribbean.
The political leader says water access must be corrected first before fixing the tourism product. She was speaking on the Rise and Shine morning show today. Commissioner of Police Alistair Guevara is dismissing criticisms of the Joint Army and Police Patrol Initiative, which was announced by Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar. In an August 7th statement, he says it is passing strange that individuals who claim to possess security expertise fail to grasp such a basic concept, choosing instead to dismiss all initiatives introduced by law enforcement. He tells the population the police will not be distracted by such commentary. The Commissioner notes that protection of public safety and the mobile units are a strategic tool designed to strengthen the operational reach of the police, enhance responsiveness, and improve overall effectiveness. The Police Commissioner also tells the public that every initiative undertaken by police is grounded in data, statutory responsibility, and a commitment to transparency and accountability. He says the mobile police units represent another step in building a modern, responsive, and trusted police service. Justifying the use of mobile units, according to the statement, a decision was taken to procure micro-police units which maintain mobility with minor adjustments while offering greater capacity to law enforcement. The new generation of units, according to the police, can house more officers and advanced technology than the outdated models. And while it would be unwise to reveal too much operational detail, the enhanced capacity is a significant step forward. Regarding the locations of the units, the police assures that locations are informed by data from the Crime and Problems Analysis Branch, ensuring that the units are strategically placed to counteract crime trends. Opposition leader Penelope Beckles says the initiative is an introduction of the ZOSO initiative. We'll take a break and come back with more news for you. Stay with us.
Credit Union.
You can make your goals unfold, go get it. You can live your dreams on a team, let's do this. You can get the help you need to succeed. Which run, what they do, now you can believe that you can achieve it.
Come in and live your best life today with Rand Credit Union.
The restructuring of the secondary school football league, resulting in the Tobago secondary schools being placed in a group of their own, is of concern to stakeholders in Tobago. Among those raising concerns is Tobagonian-born and former national football player and captain Karen Forbes. Maxwell Taylor reports.
I think, the Tobago team should be afforded the opportunity to play. But at the same time, I think we have a much bigger issue in regards to the development in Tobago in general. So more opportunities are given to other Premiership teams to have a chance to play in the Premier League in Trinidad, right? Because we're talking about holistic development of Trinidad and Tobago, right? We have to ensure that everything that we do, we must include Tobago in particular. So that's my thoughts. What I think could be one of the solutions going forward is maybe talking to Caribbean Airlines, where you're able to reserve some spots for the team over this period of time. And of course, the secondary school league could now move in if they really adamant that, they want Tobago to compete and even the Trinidad teams to come forth, because you're going to have both ways, where Tobago teams going down and Trinidad teams coming up.
Tobago laid to rest former Assemblyman Robert McCarthy Hislop today. The funeral service was held at the St. Andrew's Anglican Church in Scarborough. Hislop, a former Assemblyman, served in the Tobago House of Assembly from 1992 to 1996 as Secretary of Sports. He was a police officer before Secretary of Sports and worked tirelessly for youth development, using sport as a vehicle. Secretary of the Division of Strategic Planning and Development, Trevor James, delivered remarks on behalf of the Chief Secretary and the Tobago House of Assembly. The impact of Hislop's life could be seen by the wide cross-section of people who attended the service and spoke glowingly of his contributions to Tobago. Hislop was born on February 22, 1951, and passed on July 26, 2026. He was 75 years old. Studley Park Enterprise Limited, SPEL, and the Caribbean Industrial Research Institute, CARIRI, have signed a memorandum of understanding to introduce rubber crumb technology to Tobago to be used on roads.
To develop their own capability, to develop their own capability to make rubber crumb products, and to then utilize it in the ways that are useful for their applications. The potential is tremendous, simply because roads are paved and repaired every year in Trinidad and Tobago, and if we can utilize discarded tires and the resulting rubber crumb product from it in the asphalt mix designs, then certainly you'd have another source of material that would be derived from previously discarded tires.
Our vision really is to incorporate rubberized asphalt into multiple road paving projects throughout the island and potentially in Trinidad, even if we could. But we do foresee a very good future where we can do a lot of paving throughout Tobago. For example, the research suggests that these roads last a lot longer than typical roads. So if we have this product being used on a widespread basis, then there's a strong possibility that our roads will last longer. There's a lot of benefits to be had. Economic, we will have more job opportunities. We will develop a lot more entrepreneurs because we are going to examine lots of downstream products. And of course, we are going to affect the environment because we are going to now be able to save all these tires from going to the dump and convert it into a valuable product. We are looking forward to having one of those facilities at our compound.
El Nino conditions have begun and an active tropical wave is in our region. We'll have that story and more when we come back.
Does it feel like your loan repayments and monthly bills are taking over your life? With Cathedral Credit Union's debt consolidation loan, you can combine multiple debts into one convenient monthly payment, making it easier to manage your finances and reduce stress. Borrow up to $150,000 with repayment periods of up to 7 years, giving you the flexibility to take control of your financial future. One loan, one payment, less stress. Because financial peace of mind should be simple. Visit Cathedral Credit Union today. Call 868-235-6947 or visit cathedralcutt.com. Cathedral Credit Union. Member owned, member focused.
The director of the Met Office, Shakir Beg, has given an update on the El Nino conditions and what it may mean for Trinidad and Tobago. In a video post on the Water and Sewerage Authority's Facebook page, he says the Met Office in Trinidad and Tobago agrees with the World Met Organization concerning El Nino conditions.
The World Meteorological Organization has confirmed that El Nino conditions are now established across the tropical Pacific Ocean. This represents a significant development in the global climate system, and it's one that the Trinidad and Tobago Meteorological Service has been closely monitoring over the past several months.
On Saturday, Beg, who was also present at that news conference, told members of the media that El Nino conditions are expected to strengthen over the next few months, and it will bring below average rainfall, higher temperatures, and longer dry spells. He notes that the El Nino conditions could result in lower inflows into TNT's reservoirs, which can affect the availability of water, agriculture, industrial and commercial use. Public Utilities Minister Barry Padarath hinted that restrictions are coming for the supply of water. According to the World Met Organization, El Nino continues to intensify steadily, and it's expected to dominate global climate patterns in the August to October 2026 season, increasing the likelihood of above normal temperatures across much of the world and driving significant shifts in rainfall patterns. There are no watches or warnings in effect for Trinidad and Tobago despite the presence of an active tropical wave in central tropical Atlantic. That's a statement from the Met Office. According to its official statement, number 1, dated August 10th, the Met Office says it has been monitoring an active tropical wave in the central tropical Atlantic, centered approximately 1,900 kilometers east of the southern Windward Islands. The Met Office added that at this time, Monday 10th of August 2026, the system is disorganized with scattered patches of showers and thunderstorms. It notes that there is a low chance of development of a tropical cyclone over the next 2 to 7 days. The wave is moving westward at approximately 20 kilometers per hour and is expected to affect the southern Windward Islands from Thursday of this week. The Met Office says it will issue an update to this statement at 2 p.m. tomorrow, Tuesday, the 11th of August 2026, or earlier if the significant changes in the forecast. And now let's take a look at our weather forecast. For tonight, conditions may be, or will be rather, fair to partly cloudy with a few showers closer to midnight. Tomorrow, expect partly cloudy to cloudy skies with a few showers or periods of rain along the medium 40% to 60% chance of heavier showers or an isolated thunderstorm from late morning. Seas slight, winds east to east-southeast, 55 to 30 kilometers per hour, waves in open waters 1 meter, in sheltered areas less than 1 meter, occasionally choppy in near showers. High tides is at 1:13 a.m. and 2:37 p.m. Low tides is at 8:04 a.m. and 8 p.m. Sunrise is at 5:52 and sunset is at 6:23. And tomorrow's temperatures should reach a maximum of 29 degrees Celsius and fall to 23 degrees. Before we go, let's recap tonight's headlines. PNM Tobago leader not pleased with the Sea Bridge. Concerns surface about secondary schools football league restructuring. and opposition marks World Indigenous Peoples Day. And that's where we leave you tonight here on Channel 5 News. On behalf of our news team and our technical crew, I am Odiko O'Neill, wishing you a good night.